Okay guys, welcome to the Talking News, and I want to go over an update with the Patrick Frazee and Kelsey Barrett case. So new documents obtained by the prosecutors in the Kelsey Barrett murder case could collaborate her fiance and his lover's accusations that she harmed her young daughter, so they say. And what we had heard before is they've looked for records of any type of reports to back up those insinuations, but did not find it. But here we are. We're a few months after the disappearance of Kelsey Barrett, and we're talking about new records that were obtained from the County Department of Human Services that include statements murder suspect Patrick Frazee made to the child welfare workers. Now, as when this case first started, we knew nothing about these people. We knew nothing about their lives, but I've kept up with it quite a bit. And what I found out was about Patrick Frazee and Crystal Lee Kinney is they will fabricate, lie, and do whatever it takes to get away with murder. Now, we all remember that Crystal actually said that Patrick told her or confided into Crystal Lee Kinney that he was worried about Kaylee being injured by the mother, which is Kelsey Barrett. Now, Frazee says in some of the reports that Kelsey Barrett burned the child's hand and the child had a bump on her head. Well, we all know now that we've gotten this far in the case that he's a very controlling man. We've heard from the women that have testified against him, ex-girlfriends, including his current lover, Crystal Lee Kinney. We also found out that Patrick Frazee was able to fabricate a story in order to defend himself or to make things go his way, including pretending to be Kelsey Barrett, texting her mother, texting her work, and even texting himself. He likes to make things look the way he wants them to. So why do you think these documents will mean anything? In fact, if you're a mother or a father, a single parent, or you're a couple parenting, you know that kids get bumps, bruises, cuts, scrapes all the time. So I guess this is where he's wanting to take it. He's going to take it to the point to where he was defending his daughter. He knows that defense is one way and his only chance to possibly escape, too harsh of a penalty. And guys, that's my opinion. Now, the facts are saying, there's a possibility that maybe she did abuse the child. Like I said, a burn mark on her arm and a bump on her head. And you can believe that this will take priority in the court and in the trial as we move forward. Patrick Frazee knows that he has an ex-girlfriend or a current lover, we don't know what she is, testifying against him. And he read over all the evidence he had, determined to manipulate, the court, the story, in order to get, to fight for his freedom. And we all know that. But it does collaborate. If you go back and look at the past post articles, court hearings and things like that, Crystal said, he wanted to kill his fiance because he felt she was going to hurt the child. And now they have papers to back that up. And will that make a difference in court? Well, I'm no expert of law, and I'm going to have to tell you what I believe is this. They know how reliable Crystal Kinney is with her word and how reliable Patrick Frazee is with his words. They're not reliable. You can't trust them. So therefore, there will have to be a lot of evidence insinuating that the child was, without a doubt abused. Because health services like this, they get reports like this all the time for people who are in dispute. They're separating, they're divorcing, and it is a technique in order to try to get custody of their kids or to hurt their significant other. But according to this article, it says that, quote, the records relate to the charged crimes in this case and include extensive interviews documenting statements made by the defendant and witness in this case, end quote, says Deputy District Attorney Elizabeth Reed. Okay, and what I find most shocking to see that he's insinuating that Kelsey Barrett was abusive to their child is the fact his child possibly seen her own mother beat to death in their home by her father. If that isn't child abuse, I don't know what is. But I want to tell you guys, I wanted to share the facts of what people are saying, and then I wanted to share my personal opinion. I don't know how you guys feel. You can drop it in the comments below, and I'll read it when I get time. Because lately, these stories have been one after another, and I'm having trouble keeping up. In fact, this Friday, Patrick Frazee will be given his plea. And if you guys are still interested in the Kelsey Barrett case, I know I am. I'm very curious to see, how he handles Crystal Lee being a witness against him. So, now we see a smidgen of where he's going. He's going to go ahead and try to attack it as he was defending his daughter. So we did get a glimpse before, April 5th. I see them looking up all these the Human Services Department and things like this. But I'm not hearing much on all those people that knew about this murder prior to it happening. What is happening with them? Why is it that these people are not a main focus? They should be on trial along with Patrick and Crystal, in my opinion. You had so many people involved with this murder. I couldn't even believe it. This is the first case that I've ever seen like this, where you had that many witnesses. Yet here we are talking about Kelsey Barrett possibly abusing her child because there was a burn mark and a bump on the child's head. And like I mentioned before, if you're a parent, your kids have had several bumps on their head. You can be the most perfect parent in the world, but when they're 12 months old and they're learning to walk, good Lord, several bumps come automatically with that. Now, I'm not saying, don't look into it, because we should look into it. We don't know. But I'm just going with the fact that he's lied, he's manipulated. I don't believe a word he said. He killed a woman, and he didn't just kill her. He killed her maliciously. By the way, if you've not heard about this story, I have uploaded previous videos. If you want to go back and check that out, because this story is so big that if I had to start all over like I used to do at the beginning when I first started this channel, it would never end. So I would like to see that those friends that were Crystal's that knew about this murder before it happened what's going to happen to them? And including Patrick Frazee's mother and friends. I mean, his mother, she had to plead the fifth because rumor has it that she's seen Barra's body burning in the trough outside their home. But it depends on which way this court wants to take it as to whether or not, you know, they can pretty much insist she, you know, speaks about whatever she's seen. I have to say the beginning of this case didn't start off that great anyways. If it wasn't for Kelsey Barra's mother driving to Woodland Park, staying at Kelsey's house and looking for evidence, he probably would have got away with it altogether. Thank God she was able to find that blood on the toilet bowl, and there was other, you know, little clues and tips that she found within Kelsey Barra's townhome. As of right now, Cheryl Barra, Kelsey Barra's mother, has the baby in her custody. And hopefully she remains, the baby Kaylee should remain in her custody. Because what I've heard since this case broke out is Patrick Frazee has a history of violence and temper problems. Okay, guys, I was doing a quick catch-up on this case. I was going to let you guys know we do have Patrick Frazee's plea coming this Friday, April 5th. I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm very curious as which direction he's going to go, even though we have kind of a clue where he's going. I wanted to make sure if anybody was still keeping up with the Kelsey Barra case, you guys were updated. And you probably won't hear much from me. I mean, there's a lot of things I could work on right now, but I do need that tiny little break, which I haven't taken yet, before Friday arrives. So I want to say, oh my gosh, guys, I just thought about it. 1,000 subscribers. Wow. You know it? Oh my gosh, that's exciting. And I want to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. You don't know how much. I was really excited about that. I want to make sure I tell you guys, I really do try to respond and be involved. But if I don't, it's because I've been busy or something, and I will at some point. And I want to say I love you guys and I appreciate you. And I will see you guys soon.